Hello students, today we are going to start our exercise 3E, which is the last exercise of chapter 3. Yesterday we have completed our exercise 3D. So today let's start 3E. And the first question is, find the cubes of the following numbers. Square means the power of 2 and cube means the power of 3. Remember this, square means the power 2 and cube means the power 3. So in the same way, like we were finding out the squares, we will find out the cube. You need to find out the cube of 12. Cube of 12 means 12 to the power 3. This can be written as 3 times 12. Why? Because the power is 3. So we will write the 12. We will write 3 times 12 because here the power is 3 means cube. So 12 into 12 into 12, when you will multiply, you will get 1728, which is your answer. Next is minus 3 by 7. Cube means minus 3 by 7 to the power cube. The 3 will also be cube and the 7 will also be cube because here the cube is on the whole bracket. So the numerator will also be cube and the denominator will also be cube. Minus 3 by 7 to the power 3 means first the numerator can be written as 3 times. Minus 3 into minus 3 into minus 3. And the denominator can also be written as 7 into 7 into 7. Here minus minus, the multiplication of minus minus will become and plus and minus multiply will again become a minus. When this minus minus will multiply, this will give you plus, and when that plus and minus, here it is a minus na, when this plus and minus will multiply, this will give you again a minus. Means in your answer the minus sign should be there. Here minus 3 into 3 into 3 will give you 27. 7 into 7 into 7 will give you 343, which is your answer. Some more questions are there in question number 1. That will be your homework. You need to do the same. Just find out the cube. G, 0.4. You need to find out the cube. So first of all, 0.4 whole cube. Cube means power 3. So write 0.4 3 times. 0.4 into 0.4 into 0.4. When you will multiply 4 into 4 into 4, this will give you 64. And 1, 2, 3. Before this 64, you need to write one more 0 because 1, 2, 3. After this 3, write 1 point. So 0.064 is your answer. When you will multiply this, you will get 0.064. Now this minus 2 whole 2 by 9. First of all, this is in the mixed fraction. So convert it into a simple fraction. Multiply it. Minus 2 into 9. This will give you minus 18. Don't multiply by the minus sign. Multiply 2 into 9 and just add 2. This will give you 20 and the minus sign will be as it is. So minus 20 and in the denominator it is a 9. So just cube. So the numerator will also be cube and the denominator will also be cube. Remember this. When the bracket is on the whole fraction, then the numerator will also be cube and the denominator will also be cube. So minus 20 cube means 3 times you need to write minus 20 and minus 20 and the denominator 9 into 9 into 9. When you will multiply the numerator in the same way, this minus minus will become plus and this plus and minus will become again a minus. And 20 into 20 into 20 will give you 8000. 9 into 9 into 9 will give you 729, which is your answer. Now question number 2. Which of the following numbers are perfect cubes? This same types of questions you have already solved for the square. Only the difference is on that question you are finding out the perfect cube. For perfect cube, in each pair you want the 2 digit, but here cube is there, so in every pair you want 3 digits because it is a cube. You want to check that whether 125 is a perfect cube or not. So first of all, do a prime factorization of 125. This will give you 5 into 5 into 5. Okay, here is the case of a cube. So you will do a pair, you will make a pair, and in the each pair 3 digits should be there because it is a cube. In the square, when we was making a pair, 2 digits was there. Here it is a cube, so in the each pair 3 digits should be there. So this is the one pair. This means this is a perfect cube. Next, 832. When you will do a prime factorization of 832, you will get this. Okay, now start making the pair. 2 into 2 into 2, this is the one pair, 3 digits. 2 into 2 into 2, this is the one pair. Here 13 is alone, so that means this is not a perfect cube. For being a perfect cube, if here 13 and 13 is there, then this will become a pair. Then we can say that it is a perfect cube. But 13 is not having any pair, that's why it is not a perfect cube. Next is 2000. First of all, do a prime factorization of 2000, you will get this. Now start making the pair. This will become a one pair. Pair means the digit should be same. We can't make a pair like 2 into 3 into 2. No, we can't make a pair. Pair means all the 3 digits should be same. Here 5 into 5 will be a one pair. 4 into 4. Suppose is one more 4 is there, then this will become a pair, but only 2 4 is there, so it is not a perfect cube. I hope you understood. When you will start making a pair after doing a factorization, when you will start making the pair, if a digit is not having the proper pair, means 3 digits are not there, then the number is not called the perfect cube. Next, question number 3. What is the smallest natural number by which the following should be multiplied so that they become perfect cube? You need to multiply by a natural number for making them a perfect cube. First is 36. First of all, do a prime factorization of 36, you will get this. Now start making a pair. Here only 2 is there and only 2 3 is there. Okay, for making them a perfect cube, you want one more 2, because when you will multiply by one more 2, this will become a pair, and if you will multiply by one more 3, this will become a pair. That means here you want one more 2 and one more 3 to make it a perfect cube. Here only 2 are there and only 2 3 are there. If here we multiply one more 2, then this will become a pair, and if we will multiply one more 3 will become a pair. That means we need to multiply 2 into 3 means 6. Either you say that you need to multiply 2 into 3, or you can say you want 6. Clear? Both are correct, both are same. That means we need the smallest natural number 6 to make perfect cube. Next is 392. When you will factorize that, you will get the factorization. Now start making the pair. Here 2 is the one pair. Okay, 7 is only 2 times. If you will multiply it here one more time 7, this will become a perfect cube. Yes, means you want one more 7 here to make 392 a perfect cube. Here 2 is in the pair, but 7 is not having one more digit. That's why 7 is not in a pair. But if you will multiply one more 7, this will become a perfect cube. That means we need the smallest natural number 7 to make perfect cube. Question number 4. What is the smallest natural number by which the following number should be divided so that they become perfect cubes? All the question number 1 to question number 5 are same like in the previous exercise we have done in the square. In the square also we have done that what number we have to multiply to make them a perfect square. Only the difference between them, there we were doing a cube, here we want to make them there we were making them a perfect square, here we are making them a perfect cube. So the fourth question, you need to divide to make them a perfect cube, and the first is 54. So first of all, do a prime factorization of 54. You will get a prime factorization 2 into 3 into 3 into 3. Okay, here you need to divide. Divide means you need to exclude a number. Okay, 3 is in the perfect pair, 2 is not having any pair, So if you will divide by 2, this 2 and 2 will be cancelled and this will become a this can be a pair. So we can say that 54 is a perfect cube. Okay, so 2 is the extra one. So we want to exclude 2, because when we exclude 2, this will become a perfect cube. Suppose in the same question, if the question was what number we have to multiply to make them a perfect cube, what will be our answer? Here 3 is in the perfect cube, only 1 2 is there. For making it in a perfect cube, we need 2 into 2. Why? Because when we multiply 2 into 2, this will become a pair. Means if the question was like that only, that which number we have to multiply here, your answer should be 4. Next is 7000. When you will factorize it, you will get this. Now start making a pair. Here 5 is in the pair, 2 is in the pair, 7 is alone. So if you will divide it by 7, this 7 and 7 will be cancelled and this will become a perfect cube. That means you need to divide by 7. 7 is your answer. Last question, question number 5. Find the cube root of each of the following numbers by prime factorization method. You need to find out the cube root by the prime factorization method. 216. When you will do a prime factorization, you will get 6 into 6 into 6. For the square root, what we were doing, suppose we need to find out a square root of 4. So we were doing 2 into 2, and from the each pair we were writing only one digit. That means 2 only. In the same way, here we will make a pair of 3, and from the each pair we write only one digit. The same way, in the square root we were making the pair of 2 digits. Here we will make the pair of 3 digits. That's all. In the square root also, from the each pair we were writing only one digit, and in the cube root also, from the each pair we will write one digit only. That means 6 into 6 into 6 will make a pair, and from this pair we write one time only 6. That means 6 is the cube root of 216. Next is minus 4 whole 17 by 27. First of all, this is in the mixed fraction, so convert it into a simple fraction. You will get minus 125 upon 27. So first do a prime factorization of the numerator and then the denominator. So write the minus outside from the bracket and write one bracket. When you will factorize 125, you will get 5 into 5 into 5. And in the denominator 27, you will get 3 into 3 into 3. Okay, so this is the one pair, this is the one pair. From the each pair write only one digits, and minus will be as it is. So minus, and here this is the one pair, this is the one pair. From this pair write only one time 5, and from this pair write one time 3. So this is the cube root of your question. Next is minus 0.216. No need to bother about the decimal. First of all, you just remove the decimal and then find out the cube root. Minus will be as it is. When you will remove the decimal, you need to multiply and divide it by 1000. So in the numerator it will give you 216, and the denominator it will give you 1000. Now factorize the numerator and factorize the denominator. When you will factorize the numerator, minus will be as it is, and this will give you 6 into 6 into 6. And in the denominator it will give you 10 into 10 into 10. So this is the one pair, this is the one pair. From the numerator you will write only 1 times 6, and from the denominator write only 1 times 10. And minus will be as it is, means minus 6 upon 10. Minus 6 upon 10 can also be written as minus will be as it is 0.6. Minus 0.6 is the answer. Next question is also in the decimal. So first of all, remove the decimal. Write 2744 and divide 1, and how many digits are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 digits are there, so write 6 times 0. 6 times 0. Okay, now factorize the numerator. This will give you the pair of 14, and in the denominator it will give you a pair of 100. So from the numerator write 1 time 14, and from the denominator write 1 time only 100. This can be also be your answer, but if you want to convert your answer into decimal, this can be written as 0.14. This is your answer. So here is the end of your exercise and as well as your chapter 3. So solve all the remaining questions. Thank you so much.